Hey, America. How y'all doing? I came on here this morning. I said I'm going to start doing a live to talk because I think we all need to have some type of exposure to understand we all kind of going through some things in our life, because we know the times we're living in is very, very detrimental to our emotions, to our health, to our mental status. And I want to say we can't give up. We shouldn't give up. It's complicated though, and it's a heavy spiritual warfare, and it's time consuming, but there's nothing greater. There's nothing God can't handle, and we need to all come together in the gap to seal that gap, that space that's empty. We can't do it by ourselves. See, we have people that we want to sometimes lean on and talk to, but some people go through so much turmoil that they can't find their balance either. So if we can help them find some balance, because myself personally, I still go through things. I don't have all the answers. Where I said, oh, I can master this, I can master that. But when the time and the test come, I find out, oh man, I still got work to do. We don't realize that how much more work we still have to do. I don't care how much education, how much experience we have. We still have so much more learning to do, because why? Life goes on. Things change every day, just like with technology, clothing styles, and then some things reciprocates. So if we branch out with good notes, inspiration, affirmations, and sometimes just being a listening ear to somebody, and at the same time kindly, lovingly to correct that person. I'm such an open person. I always tell people, whoever I talk to and deal with, correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure I'm on the right path, because God gives us people, he gives us people that we don't even realize to help us through transitioning in life, whether it's good or bad. And we have to keep in mind, sometimes we can't expect everyone to praise us and acknowledge us that we come in contact with. Just remember that they too may be going through something. You know, we have people that can be vindictive and backstabbing and this and that. You sit back and you wonder, why is that person like that? What have they gone through in life? The best way to deal with that is tell them, I'm so sorry for whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you've been through. Because they have to understand too that whoever hurt them, they've been hurting and don't even know how to, some people don't even know how to come back from that hurt. But if you stay true and stay focused spiritually, connected to God, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, he will bless your efforts. He will remove or increase in a positive way the things that you need. We are imperfect, so we have emotions. And one thing about me, I have been a heavily emotional person in my past. I have came a long way, where I'm not crying all the time about stuff. And you know, they say when women, and I know men too, I want to leave men out because I've seen some hurt men, but when we get into our emotions, we shut down. We the closest person to us, they shut us out, shut us down. Even if you go and ask for forgiveness, we doing our part because that's what God expects us to do. But it certainly has to be from the heart. If that person that shall receive it will not receive it wholeheartedly, and they're still stumbling with things, all we could do is pray for that person and give it to God. And I'm learning that more as of recently, because the experiences is heavy, it's time consuming. It makes you want to throw your hands up. And when you throw your hands up, I think when we throw our hands up, we put it in the air, give it to God. And we just pray for those people. We pray for those individuals and pray that they can come correct. And it doesn't mean that you're better than somebody else, because some people look at you and say, oh, you think you're better than somebody else. No, we have to look at it as experience, because I'm not going to speak on something that I have not experienced. witnessed myself or acknowledged or had some type of connection with it. I would never speak on something that I don't know anything about. So we need to embrace each other. Times are so hard and so rough. I'm telling you, suicidal rate is through the roof. Ain't nothing but the devil busy. He's so busy trying to make us feel so left out, so alone. But I tell you one thing, get that sun. That sun is so powerful. The literal sun that feeds the earth. I notice if I'm having a bad day, sometimes I say, let me go step outside and sit in this sun. And oh my goodness, that sun feels so good, and I could just feel myself being lifted. Right now I got the tingle speaking about it, because it does really work. It really helps. It might not take things away from you. So get to your Bible and get some scriptures in there. Get some things in there. And into your soul. Psalms 91, chapter 91 is one of my good ones. You know, it's a good leverage for me. 35, 27, 21. It's just heart-wrenching. I can't even explain it, in depth to the point where I really want to, because I get a little twisted with words. I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing, because never shall I want to speak out of emotions, because I don't. Like, again, I say experience. And it's so many people we can learn from. We can learn from our older, our younger, our middle age. It doesn't matter. I have a son, he's 9 years old, and I listen to him sometimes when I'm going through things. I'll be so blown away by this kid be telling me stuff, and I'll be like, some people don't like how, I have the type of bond I have with my children, but I hear my children. I hear all my kids when they talk to me, and I sit back and I learn from them and listen to them and take that advice. Because guess what? At their age, I might have missed something that they pick up now. So guess what? We're sharing growth. We're sharing growth. And take that time to listen to someone. Don't never think that you're more than somebody else. Be there for somebody else. It doesn't take a lot. Sometimes people can seem very needy, and it's okay if we direct them in the right direction. Because we living in a world and a time right now, everybody is needy in some way. Some of us put a big old smile on our face and just go through life and like nothing's wrong. We can't assume those with the biggest smile are the ones that haven't made it, because we don't know what they went through to get where they at. Some people look at me and think, oh, Neva, oh boy, if I tell y'all the stories I done been through and the situations I done had and experienced. It's horrible. But God got my back. He never left me. Never. I sit back and think about how many times I could have lost my man. Very close was there. But I was like, what's the problem, Neva? Don't you know God got it? He got you through before he got you through. It's nothing that we cannot get through. I'm telling you. Woo. So just keep that focus. Keep a little focus. Let that focus on what you want to do, and make it God first. When we put God first, he bless us. He bless us so much. And when I see people, I come across people that's hurting, I can see the hurt. I can walk into the room and I can feel it. And I'm a high empath, and I'm still learning to get that under control, because if I walk or come into somebody's space, I can feel their energy and I can't handle it, because my emotions is on the same path as theirs. If they're sad, it makes me sad. I don't like that, but I try to be encouraging and positive to anybody I come in and reach with. And I have had some people tell me, wow, those words you just gave me, they encourage me. They lift me up. I feel healed. I had one lady, older lady that when I worked back home, because I'm not in Illinois anymore. But anyway, when I lived back home, this lady I worked with, when she was coming in for some services, and this lady came in so down in her spirit. And I went to school with your children. And she just shared her stories, her pain, her hurt that she was going through. And I couldn't believe it. And I said, ma'am, as long as you come here and you see me, you gonna feel good. You gonna feel great. Me and you ain't gonna go out here. We gonna sit on this bench. We gonna sit in this sun. We gonna let this sun sink into us. I mean, the words that I was speaking, I got the chills now because I had no idea how much those words, it lifted her. When this lady said, she said, honey, I don't know what you're doing. She said, but these words, what you're saying is, I feel it coming in me. She said, it's lifting me up. She said, I wasn't able to feel like I was able to walk when I came here. And she said, now I'm walking. I said, ma'am, don't do that to me. Are you kidding me? She said, yes. She said, you helped me. In the smile on her face that came on her face, I still feel that feeling is when you can help somebody else just by words. We don't want to say hurtful words. We hurt about what somebody say. Go ahead, keep it within yourself and go to God and say, God, please help that person, because they're hurting. They're hurting so bad. Thank you to all my families and friends on here. I've seen Fred and Connie and Ella and Momo and Rayshawn. I'm not sure if she's still on, and my daughter Shanitha. I found that I need to find this as an outlet for me. I have somebody that I've been keeping in contact, very close contact. She's a very highly spiritual person. And all she could tell me, you've been going through a lot. You are so wise. You are this and that. And sometimes, you be like, am I really? Because not that you expect accolades from everybody, but you be like, so, it must be something working about myself. She said, girl, if you don't use that laugh to talk, I said, And she told me that yesterday, and I felt that, because that was her way of telling me, you got work to do, Neva. I can accept that and appreciate, and I respect her for that, because that's what I look for. Somebody to say, we can feel lifted and fulfilled in ourselves, but when we hear from somebody else, woo, amen, it feels so good. It feels so good. My family have been going through some trying times lately, and I love every last one of them, because everybody got something special about themselves. I can't tell you no size, I can't judge nobody, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And a lot of times we can't depict what's wrong if we haven't experienced it, because pain makes us rat off our emotions where we start pointing fingers. See, we don't want to point fingers. We want to get to the root cause of what it is that makes you feel so deep about the way you express yourself to me, the pain and hurt. And I'm speaking from experience right now, too. And for myself, if I'm hurting somebody, I want to know, did I hurt you? What did I do? Let me correct, because I want to correct myself. I never want to be the reason somebody let go of life. Never. I want to be the light for a reason someone could say, that lady gave me something very encouraging to give, to make me feel inspired. I have to. That's the way I heal myself. Because I get around some people, they be like, oh, she talks so much. Oh, yeah, I talk. Once I get your ear, I'm going to talk. You might have to be like, girl, be quiet. But we never know what's going to come out this mouth, because we all have a tool. This is our tool, and God will give us words out of people. Thank you, niece. Thank you, my friend Rayshana. Hey, my niece, my niece mama. And, I've been trying to finish working on the book. It's been tasky, because it's so much pain. But a lot of people wouldn't know it. But I still smile. I have to. I have children. I have grandchildren. They say you got to be strong for the next person. Yeah, you can be strong for the next person, but you better be refilling yourself too, because you don't know what other battle you have to face. That's why you pull on somebody and you tell people. Well, I had lost a nephew. It's almost a year. And I remember trying to speak at his celebration to say that, when we going through things, find somebody that you can really talk to, that's honest, that's trustworthy, that's not going to judge you. We don't know somebody's pain. Know that when people come and talk to you, they looking for a little direction. They don't want to be told what to do, but they empty themselves to you something, because they're listening for certain things to come out of your mouth. And you have to be careful with the things you say. Because what comes to the ear will fester into your soul. And then you will react on it. So I say all that just to say, we got to keep lifting each other up. We don't know how much more longer the way this world is going, how it's going to be and last. I try to reach to a friend for a little guidance. We set a meeting. I'm not mad at her. I know she's a busy person. But that just told me, how I looked at it. I didn't get mad. You know what I looked at it? Girl, Neva, you more capable than you thought. So guess what? Girl, you better get on the bandwagon. I ain't mad at her. Because guess what? That tells me I have more instilled in me and more power than I even address and acknowledge in myself. So, we got to push through. I don't want to stay on here too long, but I just felt the need to express that, Here I've lost 2 grandbabies. With 1 grandbaby I lost almost 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks. Another one a few years ago. I never saw myself. I'm blessed to have my immediate family, but I never saw. We never can foresee the future, but I never saw it coming. So I am so blessed and happy to know that we have a forgiving God in the hope of resurrection. Because that's what I look forward to. I try so hard to do the right things and be on the right path so I can see my loved ones. See, a lot of us don't understand. People be saying, YOLO, YOLO, you only live once. Oh, you only live once in this type of life. You wanna advance. See, you have to think beyond what's in front of you. That's why I like to talk to people. I like to talk to people when it comes outside of that box. My next talk was going to be on culture differences, because that's a heavy one that a lot of us people go through, and it's always overlooked. And it's such a strong, hi Mattia, it's such a strong entity of Avenue that that's overlooked. Because if you can't understand other cultures, shall I say, embrace it. We can't think more highly of the other, or one can't think that they're more than the other. We should embrace every culture, every creed, every color. Guess what? God gonna deal with everything else. We have grounds. We are to not allow people to step over our boundaries, because we can lovingly correct them. One example, where I live, and I don't want to put color to it because it could be anybody. But I had an older lady come and knock on my door one day. Boom, 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 boom. Where's your son at? Excuse me? I'm sorry. I'm his mother. Can I help you? She got the cussing and woohoo. I said, excuse me. You will not come to this door. You will not curse me. If there's a problem, I can help you. We all live over here in this little area. We will get along because it's enough going on in the world. Now, how can I help you? I'm a Christian woman. Oh, your religion is this? Yes. Oh, her whole tone changed. See, sometimes all we have to do, just like we treat our little children, because sometimes you have to come down to their level and you speak kindly with them, to correct them, they will listen. But if you feed that same energy that they give you, nobody hears. That's just me and my past experience. If you're yelling at me, I hear you, but I can't hear you because I can't respond because you're speaking so much in anger. I can't get the message you want me to get. So come softer. Hey, my baby Mika, come softer. You come in a softer tone, speak it to me. I'm going to hear you. You got my undivided attention. So I just wanted to put that out there, that we should all embrace each other as best we can and be there for each other as best we can, because we all hurt. We all got so much pain. It's ridiculous. So I'm here. A lot of people know that Neva, she's nice, she's quiet, but I'm always here. I don't care who you are. I'm going to talk to you if I can encourage you or lift you up in some type of way. I'm going to do it because that's my duty. That's my job. Just like a little young lady, she's about 10. She came to the door, Miss Neva. She had something in her hand and she wanted me to look at it and examine it and see what this is. I said, baby, that looks evil, but I'm going to get back with you. Quick as I looked up this information, it says sorcery, attached to sorcery and witchcraft. Quickly, I went back to the baby. I said, baby, come here. Where's your parents? We got to let them know. And she said, yeah, my dad told me to throw it away. And I said, sir, I don't mean to impose, but I just have to, because see, I'm being a godly person. You have to, when somebody come to you, they're not sure of something and you know, guess what? Blood guilt on your hands if you do not address it and let that person make them aware. And I told her that, I said, this is not good, you know. And she said, well, Miss Neva, the student at the school, she passed this out to 10 other students. The child's mom said, just take it to school and pass it out to all the kids. I said, oh, no. Oh, no. I said, honey, and I told her, I said, you got to get rid of her stepdad. I told her to get rid of it. It doesn't look good. And I said, well, you got to pray, baby. You can't just take stuff out. All type of things will start happening. And she says, okay, well, I don't know how to pray. And I looked at the stepdad and I looked at her. I said, come walk with me. Come walk with me. Because guess what? At that moment, I had a job. I had somebody tell me, you're not supposed to do that. No. If children, no matter who it is, because we are children of God, and says if someone come to you and they want to know, you are to let them know. Because guess what? Blood guilt on your hands. If I did not tell that child and something happened, I'm in trouble. Because just like what Jesus said, come to him. Jesus turned nobody around. I'm not speaking that I'm of Jesus, but we are all preachers. So if someone comes for help and you help them the best way you can. And that little girl, she was so happy. So she was like, what should I do? Should I go to school? Should I tell everybody it's evil, it's bad, get rid of it? I said, well, you don't want to make a panic. Just tell them from your research, it was not good, that they don't want to have it. But they should really talk to their parents and let their parents know what they have. So I'm just using a lot of little experiences and scenarios to say how much we are responsible for each other, whether we want to accept it or not. We are responsible for each other. Now, if it's to a point where it's just tedious, they just don't want it, and it's like you fight because it's spirits. You can't fight those spirits. You can't fight them by yourself if you're not at that entity or that level. But God surely can. So, my good peoples, I'm coming off because I keep on talking. I will be back. I've been writing down some little topics I just want to touch a little bit, and I got to figure out a way, because I want people to interact with me besides just typing here. I got to figure out a way where I can get people involved in communicating back, because I want to hear other people's experiences and, just grow off each other. That's all I want to do for me. And that's how we fill ourselves up, is to listen to other people. Don't mean somebody's wrong or right. It's not to judge anybody. It's just to get other point of views. So I love you, my people. I love everybody. It don't matter who you are. That's just me. That's my heart. I just can't help it. But if something ain't right, my spirit, because my intuition, I'm an empath now. It tells me, then I have to, be kind in some way to correct things, and then let you have your way. But I won't never turn nobody down. Just looking for some type of outlet. So I love you cousins, love you family, daughters and friends, all long friends and extended families, because that's where we all are. So everybody have an awesome, fantastic day. Peace. Love all. Have a good day.